Fox 14.
Well, you're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, the city of Pittsburgh is asking residents for their opinion on reorganizing the city's neighborhoods.
Also, our very own Amber Jenkins has the opportunity to meet with Clesley's family and their efforts to find the name of Sniper One.
And it is a much calmer start for our Wednesday out there. Got a pretty decent day ahead of us. Additional thunderstorm chances late tonight, though. We'll look at that forecast to get you out the door coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner. It's just after 7 a.m. on this Wednesday morning.
Yes.
I almost said Monday. No, we don't want to go back in time to Monday.
No.
It is Wednesday. You got a pretty nice day out
Yes,
there. You've been
absolutely.
gone a couple of days. You doing all right?
Yes, I was under the weather.
man, I
So
tell
many
you.
of you checked in with me, so thank you so much. I'm doing better now. I'm happy to be back and waking up with you all. So yes.
It's something that's going around. I
Yeah.
mean, that's why I sneezed violently into the weather center earlier during our birthday segment on
Put me in
KOAM.
a cardiac arrest.
It's something going around.
Yes.
So just check your zip code.
Absolutely. Oh, there. Okay. Well, anyway, Pittsburgh is proposing naming its neighborhoods and having more defined boundary lines for them.
KOAM's Fernanda Silva has details of the proposed change.
Pittsburgh's Neighborhood Advisory Council published an online survey to gather feedback on the proposed changes. The goal of the neighborhood map is to create community pride and foster a sense of shared ownership. The neighborhood names suggested are placeholders until the city hears back from the community. Citizens are welcomed to share their perspectives and suggestions.
Maybe there is a way that you identify your neighborhood that we don't know about. Maybe it's your proximity to the park. Maybe you identify as, I live in the Lakeside neighborhood, or I live in Lakewood, or I live in Easttown. Maybe we don't know that because it's never been officially designated, but this gives us an opportunity to do that.
At least for my neighborhood, I think it sounds more compelling to go live there rather than, the neighborhood right next to the cemetery.
The survey also asks other questions regarding Pittsburgh neighborhoods, including concerns and favorite things about the area of the city where participants live. To learn how to give your input in the survey, go to our website at koamnewsnow.com. Dow, back to you.
That's definitely something that'll be unique for the city of Pittsburgh. It'll be, interesting to see what they all come up with.
Oh yeah, and there are communities that do that. Joplin,
Yes.
Joplin's neighborhoods are based on development, and so there's different neighborhood names. There's a lot of folks that didn't even realize there were different neighborhood names, but there are.
Right
and
now.
so Pittsburgh's gonna, catch up on all that.
Absolutely.
Get a few unique names out there. And today is going to be a fantastic day for us across the area. We're going to start with a live look from our camera, which is located on top of the Cornell Complex in downtown Joplin. Look at that, clear skies. There's that sunshine out there. No thunderstorms to talk about this morning, which is good because, boy, yesterday it was a bit of a rocky start for some of us out there. We're going to have a little more on that. We had that tornado warning in Greenwood County early in the morning, about 4:30 or so, and ultimately a confirmed tornado near Eureka. We're going to have video from some of the damage out there a little later here in our morning news. But for right now, again, great view out there from our camera. Sunshine hitting Office Depot, Red Racks out there, 32nd and Range Line in Joplin. MoDOT camera there as folks get their day underway. We're not done. We're still just in the beginning of the severe weather season. We do have another potential round for strong, possibly severe thunderstorms late tonight into early tomorrow morning. So we're looking somewhere between about 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. We have a very low risk for tornado and wind. We have no areas highlighted. The threat is not zero, but it is very low. Our bigger concern is a low to elevated hail risk. There's some large damaging hail possible late tonight. We're going to talk about that in detail here in the full forecast a little later. 54 in Joplin right now, 57 in Pittsburgh. So we are, again, a bit cooler than where we were this time yesterday. We have got now Independence. Again, it's rotating around. Parsons, Independence, and Neodesha now, 3 communities degrees at 49. We got low 50s, upper 40s out to the southwest. We get mid-upper 50s off to the north and east. And as we go through today, sunny skies, the winds considerably calmer, about 5 to 10 miles an hour out of the west. Temperatures, though, still above average. We're looking at highs into the low to mid 80s. Again, we've got the thunderstorm chances tonight, cold front tomorrow. We're going to talk about all that in detail with the full forecast, and that will happen here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. One person is hospitalized after a 3-vehicle crash yesterday morning leads to a rollover in Webb City. 2 vehicles collided near 14th and Madison, and the impact sent both cars into the intersection, striking a third car. Responders helped to remove one person from the rolled vehicle and took that person to the hospital with serious injuries. This is a big day for the Barton County Memorial Park in Lamar, Missouri. All 7 monuments are up to commemorate 6 military conflicts. The 7th documents the history of the land where the park sits and honors the 69 Barton County men who died in World War II. Flags of each branch of the military are also on display.
So it means a lot to me and the people that helped me get this park going, that we can honor these guys. And just from that experience designing this, I mean, that area led from that area to another area to another idea, and we've just had tremendous community support. We couldn't do this with park without tremendous community support.
Park officials are currently in the process of adding another monument, this one to honor first responders. The family of the 2-year-old who was fatally shot by an unnamed Joplin police officer is speaking out about their efforts to release the officer's identity. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
Sniper 1, a Joplin SWAT team officer, fatally shot 2-year-old Cleslin Crawford while responding to a domestic violence call in Baxter Springs, Kansas back in March of 2022.
Eli Crawford, this police department, you need to come out with your hands up.
The Cherokee County Sheriff Office responded to a call from a woman asking for help at 340 Wyandotte Avenue in Baxter Springs. When officers arrived, Eli Crawford shot Taylor Schrute and went back into the home with 2-year-old Cleslin. According to the police, Eli started shooting at officers. The standoff lasted more than 3 hours. When law enforcement was able to approach the home, they found Eli and Cleslin dead inside. The KBI investigation indicates that 2-year-old Cleslin Crawford died as a result of a single round fired by an officer from the Joplin Police Department. That Joplin police officer, also referred to as Sniper 1, petitioned the courts to remove their identity from records to avoid public scrutiny. Since December of 2023, Cleslin's family has been trying to make the courts reveal Sniper 1's identity.
We weren't in the mindset to start working on it right away. We still mourn this little girl every single day, as you can tell. Like,
on purpose or not, he knew there was a child in the home and he should have used his brain instead of just taking a free shot.
More than 2 years later, Sniper 1 still works for the Joplin Police Department. Cleslin's family believes the community has a right to know who took the shot.
if they keep his name quiet, how can we as in the community feel safe and protected if he's still employed with the Joplin Police Department? Where's our protection? You know, he's in fear for his family and him all by his name, but that shouldn't even be a thing. His name needs publicized, period.
More angry than anything, you know, but I didn't really start getting angry until I realized they weren't going to do anything about it.
A second motion has been filed requesting the courts to reveal Sniper 1's identity, and the first justice for Cleslin's protest is planned in the coming weeks.
It's a hard topic, but if it makes you uncomfortable, so what? We're not going to stop talking about it.
Now they honor and remember Cleslin through celebrations, memories, and shirts. Reporting in Joplin, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
For any events or any
The protest will be held at noon on April 27th between 7th and 2nd Street on Main Street in Joplin. And those are our top stories for this half hour. Coming up next, April 22nd is Earth Day, and we'll hear from a couple of organizers from Pittsburgh's Earth Day celebration.
At Aaron Saxon Associates, we focus on
I can be. It's just being the best person I can be.
Well, Earth Day is April 22nd, and the city of Pittsburgh wants you to join in on the celebration this Saturday. Denise Fitzpatrick and Nancy Scott, organizers of the Pittsburgh Earth Day celebration, are with us this morning, sharing what you can expect when you come to participate. Welcome to you both. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. So Earth Day is about celebrating our planet, but it's also about bringing awareness to protecting our planet. Can you talk to me a little bit about what this celebration the city of Pittsburgh is putting on entails?
Well, we were just talking, our first one was in 2019, our local one. It's sponsored by the Sustainability Advisory Committee in Pittsburgh. And we just wanted it to be a really local event to celebrate a worldwide event of Earth Day, but we have 27, 28 local exhibitors, vendors from TSU and local businesses and nonprofits. They've all worked really hard to plan activities for the family. We have live music and food, and it's a fun day.
Exciting. Can you talk to me a little bit about the businesses and maybe the type of demonstrations or educational materials that they're providing to the community?
Yeah, well, I can speak a little bit to that. We try to make this family friendly. We certainly know that we need to educate our children about sustainability and protecting the environment. So a big hit is always the Beekeepers Association that comes, and that activity changes from year to year, but we also have the Audubon that comes. Usually they have bird feeders or other. We have groups that bring seed pods for the children to take home and plant, and particularly planting pollinator friendly plants for the birds and the butterflies. Oh, and we will have a food truck and the Jolly Trolley, so that should be fun.
Exciting. And you mentioned that this is a family-friendly event. Can you talk to me about what you're hoping that young kids will take away from this event?
We really just want people of all ages to recognize that the earth and its resources will only be here if we take care of them, and the things that we can do just to appreciate it. We also want to promote the community cleanup. That's the next day that the young professionals are doing. So if people even go home and say, I want to clean up my own neighborhood, or just walk around a few blocks, all of that is important. Nature Reach will be there. We forgot about them. That's always fun with the kids too. Appreciating wildlife and how you can take care of wildlife and animals. So.
And the message too is that even one person can make a difference in this world. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Earth Day celebration will take place this Saturday, April 20th at 11 a.m. at Immigrant Park. Stick around, we'll be right back.
Feels good to be home. Ashley Springs % interest for 84 months. Shop now, spend less, and get more. Only at Ashley.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:17 now on this Wednesday morning. As we mentioned earlier, we have a threat for strong to potentially severe thunderstorms overnight tonight between roughly 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. Now, our tornado and wind risks are very low, not zero, but very low. The bigger concern is this low to elevated hail risk, where we could see some large hail out there with some of these storms tonight. Yesterday, we began the day at about 4:30 or so with a tornado warning in Greenwood County, and ultimately a confirmed tornado near Eureka that left behind some damage. We actually have video of some of that damage here that you can see. So thankfully, it was confined mainly to a rural area. The tornado itself was brief, but it did leave behind some damage out there for folks to have to clean up yesterday morning in between rounds of thunderstorms that we continue to see around the area. Now, the good news is we're not looking at anything quite that intense as we head into the rest of tonight and our Thursday, but still some damage and some trees damage there as well as a few buildings there in Greenwood County, again near Eureka from yesterday's tornado out there. All right, in terms of our forecast for today, we're looking pretty good. No 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts, plentiful sunshine, temperatures still above average though as we're heading into the low to mid 80s out there. And then, again, about 10, 11 o'clock tonight, some isolated to widely scattered thunderstorms. So this won't be rain everywhere all at once, but we could see some thunderstorms. And those of us that do, these storms will have the ability to get strong, potentially severe, with a wave that's coming through on the backside of that low pressure system that brought us the storms yesterday. Then we go into our Thursday morning. Clouds are going to begin to increase ahead of an approaching cold front. This one means a little more business. One, it could bring some scattered thunderstorms across the area, roughly between, say, 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Some of those could be strong, potentially severe, but it also means business in terms of temperatures. Now, we're not talking a plummet, but it's going to be much cooler than what we've had here lately. So this is an example. 73 in Pittsburgh at 2 o'clock, 57 in Chanute, 55 Yates Center, 54 Coffeyville. So again, temperatures will not plummet, and you can see some of them warm back up just a wee bit, but the winds are going to shift out of the north, and we've got a much cooler evening ahead of us on our Thursday as well. 7th and range line, that sunrise looking beautiful this morning, 54 degrees. It is sunny and clear, southwest breeze at 7 miles an hour. Temperatures around the region, off to the south and west, it's been a little cooler. We've got upper 40s, Neodesha, Independence, Parsons, and some low 50s. And you head a little further to the north and east, it's a little warmer, temperatures mid-upper 50s. Sunny skies through the morning, winds west at about 5 to 10, so again, much better than yesterday. Warm though, 75 by 11 o'clock this morning. As we head into the afternoon, sunny skies, temperatures again low to mid-80s out there, so another above average day for us. And through the evening ahead of the thunderstorms, it's a pretty pleasant evening. Mild temperatures, clear skies, and then we'll see those scattered thunderstorm chances tonight with lows back into the mid-60s. Now tomorrow ahead of the front, we're looking at highs for most of us, upper 70s, right around 80, and we'll get those storms, we'll get that cold front, it'll be breezy, and then it's going to get chilly down into the 40s Thursday night. As we head into the weekend, temperatures remain cooler as well, maybe even a couple of below average readings out there as well on Saturday with cloudy skies. We'll start to warm up again next week, more shower and thunderstorm chances next Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Amp up your April at the Stables. Missouri.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. Severe weather season, as we're aware, is in full swing right now. Liberty Utilities wants you to be prepared. Tina Montez, Director of Environmental Health and Safety, is with us to share some tips on how you can be prepared. So, Tina, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. You've brought some interesting items, and not necessarily interesting, but some essential items for severe weather season.
Absolutely. So, good morning. So this is a emergency kit that we encourage everybody to have at their home. You want to put your kit together before the storm hits, because once the storm hits, it's a little too late to get everything gathered. Right. So we have water, food, first aid items, a weather radio, backup batteries, flashlights, medicine. Don't forget Fido with your dog food, yes. And a can opener, a way to get the cans open, right? And
yeah, you've got to, that's essential as well.
It is. Towels or blankets, something to dry yourself off and stay warm in case you need that.
Absolutely. And so in terms of these particular items, what makes these some of the most essential? Why are these the ones you want to keep with you?
Well, in an emergency situation, you may not be able to get out and about for a while. It may be hours, it could possibly be a couple days. So items that you need to not only stay comfortable, but also, sustain you for an amount of time.
Gotcha. And you mentioned, of course, batteries, because even if, say, you're in your home, but let's say there was significant damage to power infrastructure, it could be 2 or 3 days before you have electricity back. Batteries are key. Battery operated things are key, and things that are a little easier to eat without electricity are somewhat helpful. Is there anything specific that people really need to focus on? Let's say for some reason they do wait till the last minute, or maybe they just weren't fully prepared. Is there something that's more essential than anything else that they should keep with them?
I would say a way to get information, so your weather radio, your medicines, your water, and first aid kit and food would probably be your top items for sure to have with you.
And how important is it for people to be prepared for severe weather season? I know we get it all the time. A lot of folks just kind of dismiss it. They're like, when it gets here, we'll worry about it. How important is it to be prepared in advance?
Well, I think we saw that in this area with the Joplin tornado a number of years ago. When the emergency hit, some people found themselves without proper shoes to walk around in the area, those sort of things. So you want to make sure that you have the items ahead of time before the storm hits.
And you want to make sure that you've got them in your shelter, not somewhere where you've got to search for them. You want them in a safe location.
Correct.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Tina, for coming in this morning. We appreciate it. And just again, make sure you do have some of these essential items and make sure they're in your shelter. You don't want to put them in a cabinet or have them scattered throughout the house. You want them right where you can find them. And we'll have information on what you should have in your kit on our website as well at KOAMnewsnow.com. We'll be right back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Welcome to Miss Daisy's, where style meets comfort. Miss Daisy's Home and Decor, and give your home the makeover it deserves.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
And welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:29. I'm Elise Noe. Joplin has a huge new big box store. The new Menards opened for business yesterday. The store on South Geneva Avenue sells home improvement, lawn and garden supplies, tools, appliances, home decor, and various other merchandise, even groceries. Although it's open to customers, the official grand opening celebration will be this coming Sunday, April 21st through Saturday, the 27th. The 4-state farm show is returning to Pitt State this year. Organizers announced that the shows will be at PSU's Plaster Center from May 17th to the 19th. The event is free and open to the public. Organizers expect more than 700 displays showcasing the latest technology in farm machinery, construction equipment, and livestock handling, as well as shopping for clothing, jewelry, art, and hunting supplies. The Great American Flag Swap 2024 kicked off yesterday at Harvest Bank in Miami, Oklahoma. People could bring in their old, tattered flags to be replaced with brand new ones from KOAM and Fox 14. The old flags will receive a proper disposal. The event always serves as a great way to give something to the community and support veterans.
And one of them is one that directly benefits veterans and works for veterans. And we have associates that are involved in that. And so when we were approached to do this, we thought, what better way, to put our money where our mouth is and really show them our support and be out here and hand out some new flags.
The next Great American Flag Swap takes place on May 21st at Jake's Fireworks in Pittsburgh. We hope you'll join us tomorrow for our Hero Fund USA Telethon during our noon, 5 and 6 p.m. newscast. We'll have volunteers standing by to take your calls and donations. All the money raised will support Hero Fund USA, which partners with local first responders to provide them with equipment and safety resources.
Well, it helped us out a lot at the time because bunker gear is so expensive. And it's very hard to afford when you're on a small budget operating the district and with your stuff.
You can also donate through our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. Second and third graders from Columbian Elementary in Carthage use their talents to create some unique coffee sleeves. The sleeves will be designed and completed during art this week and then delivered to the Carthage Scooters Coffee location for distribution. The kids hope to spread kindness in Carthage and possibly across the nation.
Really, it's important for our kids who already feel that way and already love other people to spread that to adults, for those of us who maybe have been in the world a lot and don't have that innocence anymore. And it's important for us to remember it's always important to be kind to others and to care about others and to get along.
Scooters is located at 1306 West Central Avenue in Carthage. The Neosho Arts Council yesterday kicked off a free concert series in Big Spring Park. The event featured a jazz and blues guitarist, Asher Perkins. Perkins says he draws his influence from a wide range, everyone from the Beatles to Stevie Ray Vaughan and B.B. King.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous. It's seeing people bring their families and coming and know that they're going to see somebody that they probably haven't before, and they don't have to pay to do it. It's just we try to make it a big community event.
The Arts Council has 2 more shows lined up in May and June as part of the free concert series.
And we've got ourselves a very nice Wednesday out there. Great start to the day already. MoDOT camera 32nd and range line showing plentiful sunlight out there. Folks getting their day underway on this Wednesday morning. I think I said Wednesday. It's been a long week already. And we're not quite done with our thunderstorm chances yet. Late tonight, so we're looking roughly at this point between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. Some isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms will be possible. Our tornado and wind risks are both very low. They're not zero, but they're very low. The greater concern is with the possibility of large hail across parts of the area, and we do have a low to elevated hail risk out there, so we'll keep an eye on those storms tonight, and we'll have more on these storms and what we're expecting for our Thursday, and that'll be in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Right now, though, it is 54 in Joplin, a little warmer in Pittsburgh, sitting at 58. Regardless, we are cooler across the area than where we were yesterday morning or where we've really been the last couple of mornings. We've still got some upper 40s, Parsons, Neodesha, and Sedan, and now Miami again, slipping back just a little bit. So we're in the upper 40s, low 50s to the south and to the west. And as you head north and east, it does warm up a little bit. Upper 50s, a couple of 60-degree readings, Nevada and Fort Scott. All of us on track for temperatures above average today as we go back into the low to mid 80s, sunny skies, and the winds considerably more manageable out of the west at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. As mentioned, we got the storm chances tonight. Got a cold front tomorrow with more storm chances. We're going to look at all of that in detail here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. The New York hush money trial against former President Donald Trump won't be picking back up until tomorrow. But as the jury selection process waits to press on, we're learning more about the few people selected to be part of the case so far. Fox News' Gary Baumgarten reports on the latest.
While the criminal hush money trial against former President Donald Trump is adjourned until Thursday, jury selection made progress on Tuesday with 7 members seated so far. 4 are men, 3 are women, and all of them live in Manhattan. Some of their professions include an oncology nurse, 2 attorneys, a teacher, and a software engineer. Karen McGee was one of the dozens of potential jurors dismissed this week.
I don't like him. I don't approve of what he did as president, but the right to a fair trial is extremely important.
Trump is accused of falsifying business records to hide a hush money payment made to adult film star Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 presidential election. Daniels was allegedly paid to keep quiet about an affair with Trump, something he says never happened. This, as Trump maintains, he can't get a fair trial in New York.
Mr. Mayor, what do you say to people who say Donald Trump can't get a fair trial in New York City?
That is beyond my pay grade.
While conducting an inspection of security measures around the courthouse, New York Mayor Eric Adams said justice is going to take its course in the city while applauding law enforcement efforts to keep the scene under control. Meanwhile, the judge in this case swore in 96 prospective new jurors on Tuesday. They will be back in court on Thursday.
A total of 11 more jurors that could possibly be selected on Thursday or on Friday, because Judge Juan Merchan, he says he's hoping to have opening statements next Monday.
Gary Baumgarten, Fox News.
And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. We'll hear how a Ukrainian sculptor is using his talents to help soldiers cope with the war.
Life's better when you're American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
In Consumer Watch this morning, Boeing sees a surge in submissions to its worker tip line. The company says its Speak Up tip line reporting process received a 500% increase in submissions in the first quarter of 2024 compared to the previous year. Boeing says the surge in reports follows its heightened promotion of the service and expects the increased reporting will make for a better safety culture. Boeing will discuss findings and recommendations on its safety culture in a Senate Transportation Committee meeting on Wednesday. A new report says workers are asking for record wages in order to change jobs. New York Federal Reserve data shows the lowest wages job seekers will accept to take a new position rose to $81,822 in March. That's well above the last reported average in November of $73,391. The Fed says workers show declining satisfaction with wage and non-wage compensation and found employers have offered lower starting wages in recent months. A report shows a U.S. airport is still the busiest in the world. The Airports Council International World lists the 10 busiest airports in the world for 2023. And the U.S. has 5 of them. Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport is still at the top of the rankings. The airport saw 104 million passengers last year. Dallas-Fort Worth Airport is number 3, while Denver dropped down to number 6. Los Angeles International and Chicago's O'Hare also made the top 10. Federal investigators are reportedly getting ready to file a massive antitrust lawsuit against the nation's biggest concert promoter and ticket website. Fox Business correspondent Madison Allworth has the story.
Bad blood between Live Nation and the Justice Department may be hitting a boiling point. According to the Wall Street Journal, federal investigators are getting ready to slap the company with an antitrust lawsuit. While details of the suit aren't public yet, it may accuse the nation's biggest concert promoter and ticketing website, Ticketmaster, of having leveraged its dominance in ways that undermine competition.
The government has to show that Ticketmaster has what's called market power in the relevant product market. And market power on the back of an envelope means the ability to kind of raise prices and not lose market share.
The DOJ began investigating Live Nation and Ticketmaster in early 2022 after a slew of accusations over high ticket fees, poor customer service, and anti-competitive practices. The probe, however, didn't make headlines until the botched ticket sale of Taylor Swift's Eras Tour later that year. Now, legal experts say this lawsuit could spark major changes for both companies, which merged in 2010.
We very well could be heading for a breakup. I mean, the government may very well have buyer's remorse for having let this thing go through.
While Live Nation and Ticketmaster haven't commented on this rumored lawsuit, in an essay published last month, the head of Live Nation's corporate affairs defended the company against accusations of a monopoly and threw the blame on artists, teams, and venues who set the prices. Dan Wall writing, quote, Ticketmaster and other primary ticketing companies provide the technology and services that venues need to manage and market shows, sell tickets, and validate tickets for entry. According to the Wall Street Journal, the DOJ's lawsuit could be filed as soon as next month. In New York, I'm Madison Allworth, Fox News.
Those are our top stories for Consumer Watch this morning. Let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Bad Boy Mowers.
A hotel in Wyandotte, Oklahoma.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:45 on this Wednesday morning across the area. So we're talking our severe risk for tonight, roughly between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. Again, very low risk for wind or for tornadoes, although it's not zero, it's very low. Our main concern is with large hail. We've got a low to elevated risk across the area, again, with these storms tonight. Now, the storms tonight, though, are going to be isolated to widely scattered, so not everybody will see storms, but those that do are going to have the possibility of seeing some strong, potentially severe storms out there. Let's take a look at the future track. For today, I promise you, it works and it's moving. This is 12 p.m. and this is 5 p.m. Other than changing temperatures, not much change out there. We've got sunny skies and our highs are going to be above average. Then late this evening, here come those thunderstorm chances. So again, this isn't necessarily exactly where a storm will be. This is the future track's best guess, but isolated to widely scattered thunderstorms will be possible overnight tonight And again, with this wave that's coming through on the backside of the low pressure system that brought us our storms yesterday, some of those could be strong, potentially severe. So we'll keep an eye on those for you. Then we go into tomorrow morning, clouds will increase, winds increase as well, unfortunately. And as that cold front rolls through between roughly, say, 10 a.m. and about 2 p.m., we could have some scattered showers and thunderstorms, and some of those could be strong, possibly severe as well. So we're going to keep a close eye on those for you. And behind the cold front, temperatures will not plummet, but they are going to be considerably cooler. And a great comparison we've been using all mornings between Pittsburgh and Chanute, 73 in Pittsburgh, Chanute at 57 at the same time. It will get chilly, and we're going to have north winds out there, and we'll have those gusts upwards of 30, maybe even in some cases 40 miles an hour. And I know after yesterday we're kind of done with the wind, but unfortunately it's not quite done with us yet. Right now, though, as you can see, clear skies, 54 in Joplin, southwest breeze at 7, and that's going to be a thing. Our westerly winds are going to be roughly 5 to 10 miles an hour today. It's been a little cooler off to the south and west, so we've got upper 40s still, Sedan, Neodesha, and Parsons, and otherwise low 50s, and as you head further to the north and east, we start to get mid-upper 50s and even a couple of 60-degree readings there in Nevada and Fort Scott. Through the morning hours, sunny skies, warming up quickly, though, for all of us, 75. About by 11 o'clock this morning. If I can speak clearly, I apologize. Got a little tongue-tied there for some reason. Sunny skies through the afternoon as well. Temperatures, again, above average, low to mid-80s across the area. Now, ahead of the storms tonight, our evening looks fantastic. Clear skies, decent winds out there, and mild temperatures. And then again, between roughly 10 and 3 a.m., 10 p.m. and 3 a.m., we'll have those thunderstorm chances. We're still mild tonight as we fall back into the mid-60s. That cold front, again, though, is going to change things up for us. So ahead of the front, we're looking at highs upper 70s, right around 80 degrees. Behind that front, 40s for our low Thursday night, low 60s on Friday, mostly cloudy skies. Could even have some below average temperatures heading into the weekend, with much cooler weather out there. We will start to warm up as we head into next week, and then we'll have another round of showers and some thunderstorms next Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to cool back down again to normal temperatures or close to normal next Thursday and Friday. That's a check of our forecast. We're going to be back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Congratulations, it's a bargain. Ollie's is opening the doors Wednesday. TMZ presents Arnold and Sly, Rivals, Friends, Icons, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Soldiers in Ukraine traumatized by what they've gone through in the war against Russia are finding a new outlet to heal their invisible wounds.
Ian Lee shows us how art is helping them cope.
These Ukrainian soldiers are trading the battlefield for the classroom, armed with buckets of clay and tools for creativity.
They all smoke because of the war, so they're making the first thing they want to make is ashtrays.
Oleksiy Perhomenchik is their commander, a local sculptor looking to help these troops suffering from psychological trauma linked to the ongoing war with Russia.
People come here, they have a frown on their faces. They cannot even speak properly to their families. They don't understand how they forgot.
But psychologists say getting their hands dirty is helping them heal as they sculpt tanks and other memories from the battlefield. This soldier says it's become a kind of rehabilitation for us when you focus all your attention on what you can create. Many are starting to smile again for the first time in a long time.
When we say goodbye, they're laughing, they're joking, they're just the same people again.
Helping to heal the hidden wounds of war.
The free art therapy class runs every weekend in Ukraine's capital city of Kiev.
It's certainly important for them to be able to take a break from what they've been experiencing, because it's been going now for a while. It's got to be a tough situation for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Over 2 years, and art is healing, so it's great to see this.
It is. It certainly is. It can be healing across all spectrums.
Absolutely.
And we've got a pretty artistic day out there. Beautiful start. We've got clear skies, and we are going to be we're going to have another day rather above average. That's our camera on the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin, showing those clear skies and ample sunshine on the MoDOT camera at 32nd and range line. As we've discussed, we do have that potential for strong, potentially severe thunderstorms tonight. Let's say, again, between about 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. And our tornado and wind risks very low. Our bigger concern is with hail, with large damaging hail. We have a low to elevated risk for that across the area out there as we head into the overnight hours. So it's something we will keep an eye on. And one more check of temperatures, still cool, 54 in in Joplin, 58 in Pittsburgh. And as we look around the region again, off to the south and west, we got upper 40s, low 50s. As you head further north and east, upper 50s and even some 60s out there. We're having a look at your forecast, plus the news you need to know right after this.
I didn't have to pay anything to start. And that's one of the reasons I went ahead and went with it.
We are proud to salute Charles Robb, a four-state hero.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Menards in Joplin opened for business yesterday. The store on South Geneva Avenue sells home improvement, lawn and garden supplies, tools, appliances, home decor, and various other merchandise, even groceries. The city of Pittsburgh is considering an overhaul to its neighborhood designations, aiming to name each area and establish clear boundary lines. The initiative seeks to enhance community pride and foster a sense of shared ownership among residents. Pittsburgh residents can participate in an online survey to express their opinions of the name changes. And the four-state Farm Show is returning to Pitt State this year. Organizers announced the shows will be at PSU's Plaster Center from May 17th to the 19th. The event is free and open to the public. Organizers expect more than 700 displays showcasing the latest technology in farming and construction equipment.
And similar to yesterday, the outlook for today has updated, but it did so during the commercial break. We do now have a low risk for tornadoes across parts of southeast Kansas and northeastern Oklahoma, and a low end wind risk across a good portion of the area as well. And the hail risk has been expanded back a little further south and west. So again, this is for those thunderstorm chances between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. across the area. So we'll keep a close eye on these for you across the area as we head into the overnight hours. As for the rest of today, again, low to mid 80s out there, sunny skies, calm winds, thunderstorms as we head into tomorrow as well with that cold front, and much cooler temperatures back behind that and to the 60s by this weekend.
Alrighty. Well, the Nashville Zoo's beloved tortoise Coraline recently enjoyed a good shell scratch while hanging out. Video from the zoo shows Coraline is an Aldebra tortoise, which is one of the largest types of tortoise and is classified as a vulnerable species according to the zoo.
Now, although the shell is less sensitive than their skin, turtles and tortoises actually have nerve endings in their shells and can feel when being touched, according to the zoo. So looks like she was certainly enjoying that scratch.
Yes,
I enjoy a good back scratch too every so often, you know?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Well, thank you all so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We're back tomorrow with more news and weather, and of course again at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.